Hello everyone and welcome to Warsim, Realm of Aslona. It's a very unique game in that it's completely text-based, both graphically and narratively, I suppose. I've got about 13 hours in it so far. I've played it before a little bit. I'm playing on normal mode, which honestly is kind of a hard mode in my opinion. I'm not very good at I'm not very good at strategy and planning things and not getting my butt whooped. There's a lot of replayability in terms of the things you can do, the different races that inhabit the world you live in. The only exception is that there's always goblins, demons, and humans, but other than that, there's a bunch of different things. And we're just gonna start off with our ruler. I customized everything about this character, what they're referred to as, and the name of their place. You are ruler of the Kingdom of United Cone Nation, once a great and mighty empire fighting against the troublesome rebellion of Fardal the Kingslayer, and the hordes of bandits loyal to Fëanor, overlord of the bandit horde. The world is vast and complex. There is much to see and do, and little time to waste. From fabled ancient lands to the blood-soaked arena, these lands call to be united under the flag of United Cone Nation. It's generating our whole world right here. The world is full of mystery and wonder. There are many peoples in this world. They are men, water half-ferrets, bronze ents, marauding godlings, noseless cavern oracles, royal nocturnal mermen, goblins, and demons. That's a lot to unpack. First of all, what is a half ferret? What is the other half? And it seems like they're water-based. Clearly something bronze. I don't really know what ents are. Marauding godlings, that sounds very worrisome. It sounds like they're going to be trying to kill us. And noseless oracles. Nocturnal mermen is interesting. Also very regal and royal. We're going to have to run into these people. The annals of history remember well your rise to the throne. How did it happen? We will leave that up to fate. You were raised the heir to the land, and prepared to assume rule upon your father's death. You were not prepared for it to come so soon, as your father was slain by an assassin in the night. You are invited to the royal crowning ceremony where you can learn your newly inherited realm. Of course, you are the ruler of this kingdom, and can also ignore the ceremony completely. You enter what is now your throne room for the first time. There are small crowds of people who are gathered to see your coolness. Oh god, I wrote that wrong. As you take a moment to observe the room, the High General of United Cone Nation approaches. General Goring Pikener. Greetings to you, my dude. I wrote everything wrong. I shall now crown you by right of birth as the new Your Coolness of United Cone Nation. You gained this title due to the death of your father at the hands of deadly assassins. We do not know who sent them, but I will do my utmost to keep you safe. You are now the Your Coolness of United Cone Nation. I pray your reign is long. Now, as someone did a while ago, and we just keep doing, bring us the royal list. Pinecone Wigs, that's my name. My mom will know the origin of this. There was a story when I was a kid. I found a huge pine cone on the ground. And I wanted to bring it home really bad because it was ginormous. And I was like, this is so cool. And I was all prepared to take it home. But before I even got to the car, thank goodness I was outside. I dropped the pine cone. And I'm telling you, beforehand, I looked at the pine cones thoroughly because I knew bugs could get inside the cracks. I knew this. And I didn't want bugs in my house. But I didn't see anything, so I thought all was well. But then I dropped the pine cone, and an absolute army of earwigs just came swarming out of it. They just went running everywhere, and we freaked the heck out. There were so many. Like, there had to be, I'm not even lying, at least 20 earwigs in that huge pine cone. It was horrible, so this is named Pinecone Wigs after that incident. And that brings our ceremonious ceremony to an end. I will now tell you the state of the realm. This is important. United Cone Nation's 5 territorial holdings make us a threat to others. The kingdom's personal army consists of 500 peasant workers, 200 soldiers, and 5 loyal knights who serve your cause. That's all for military matters. As for the realm's finances, the kingdom has a total of 2,000 gold in its coffers, which is insignificant. Also, 1,324 additional gold in the bank. And I already know how to play this game, so we're just going to skip that little mini tutorial here. And let's get down to business, figuring out what we want to do with our royal lives. I think we're going to try and get through this gear as fast as possible. Let's see. The first thing I want to do before I do anything else is hire a steward because they can do a lot of my court stuff for me. Otherwise, I have to visit many people, sometimes like hundreds that line up, but I'll always look at a few of them. Okay, 3 potential stewards are sent to your court. You may speak to each of them to learn of their skills and talents. First, we have Sir Cyril, the near explorer. He almost explored. I am the one named Sir Cyril, the near explorer. I have always made the best choices, and I am not a fan of foreigners. Oh, I will make your enemies cry. I ask for a payment of 235 gold per year. You don't sound very nice. Maybe if you explored, you would like foreigners better. Nookrad Redmane. He sounds cool. I'm going to be real with you. Send away any of the other swines who seek this job. I am the only worthy candidate. I am an excellent in matters of stewardship and won't let you down, and I'm not a fan of foreigners. I would love to steward for you. I ask for payment of 182 gold per year. Uh, Colmorn the Cunning. Hello, my name is Colmorn. I make good decisions. It's what I do, and I'm a believer in jailing your opponents and naysayers. Please hire me. It was prophesied by ancient texts. I require pay of 150 gold per year. Well, jailing people could make people not like me as much, but they are my opponents and naysayers, so maybe it's not so bad, and at least he's not jailing foreigners for the crime of being foreign. So I guess I'll hire you. There we go. Head diplomat, not head diplomat, Steward Colmorn the Cunning. Maybe he was just pulling my leg with that name. Let's also explore our realm. We have 3 chances to explore the realm. I'm gonna roll, and we're going to go in the southern lands. So we found Fort Kulak, owned by bandits. Fort Kulak is an old bandit fortress that belongs to Gore the Bastard. The fort is garrisoned, and they won't give it up without blood or gold. Neither of which we really have. There's 500 bandits, but I don't know if I want to get involved in that right now. Let's see if we can speak to anyone. You try to initiate conversation with one of the wall-watching bandits, but they stay silent and stare down at you from the walls. Or stare down at you from the walls. There's some typos sometimes. Ask to speak to Gore. You shout out that you wish to meet with Gore the Bastard, and a voice shouts back, "How about no?" Okay, they're not interested in talking, but they're also not interested in murdering me, so that's okay. Next, we've got a lava pit. The lava pit is believed to be a gateway, ow my ears, to the world of demons. Worshipped by a few, the pit is feared by most. The lava burns all that it touches. We could sacrifice the peasant, but I'm not really keen on doing that right now. I'm mostly just exploring for the sake of it. Our steward's gonna deal with most of them, but I think I want to visit 3 of our visitors. Sending our first visitor. You are visited by a loud woodsman who wants to join your army because he wants to impress a girl from his village. I will allow this because I want more soldiers. Number 2. Visited by a farmer who says a dispute needs to be settled. His neighbor kicked his dog and he's very distressed. I could have the neighbor kicked by a guard with strong metal boots and warn him that if he touches the dog again, he will be jailed. 2. It's just a dog. Or 3. To the dungeons with him. Well, I'm not randomizing my decisions in the court right now, so my heart says let's kick the man. Or wait, no, should I kick him? No, okay. Yeah, we'll kick him and then threaten to jail him again if he touches the dog. The farmer says excellent and leaves your court. Last guy. You are visited by a wise man who says he has some advice to share. Let's hear it. Sometimes a truce, even temporary, can allow a kingdom to rebuild. Okay, that's actually pretty good advice. Huh, that was very good. You may go now. The wise man bows and leaves. Thank you for that information, sir. Speaking of which, what is our relationships with the other people? Let me see. We're at war with rebels, bandits, one of the goblin kingdoms. Let's see the independent territories. At war with the noseless cavern oracles. Reddish Fire Patriarchate. I never heard about that. A slave tribe, Esoctic, Royal Nocturnal Dynasty. Your steward, he's dealt with 17 visitors, spent a total of 100, earned us back 167, 3 people imprisoned, hired a soldier, a knight, and our public opinion grew by 7 points. Not bad. Shall we launch an attack? Not this year. You hear word that the owner of the local fight pit, Moral Folkson, has upgraded it to a little arena. There will now be 10 fights per year, and it has its own grand champion. Report of the goings-on, let's see. Okay, almost 3K from harvest tax and tributes. Peasants got me 100 gold, and we earned 3 gold in interest from the bank. 14 soldiers, 30 peasants into soldiers, and a small group of 10 independent farmers joined me. The owner of the local fight pit. Isaktik attempt to raid you, but give up as they can't find a way in. Your defense palisades managed to prevent a raid from happening. Okay, so who the heck is the Isaktik? We're gonna have to see what's going on with them, and why they would want to raid us. A bunch of other people are recruiting people in their groups. As the past year fades, the year 147 dawns, and with it comes a great wind of luck for those with the will to seize it. Gambling limits across the realm have doubled this year. Okay. One thing I'm curious about is that group that tried to hurt us. What's going on there? We were just learning about, making truces and everything, so. Asoctic, let's see. King Malar Woodtusk. They have 301 units. Quite a lot of money. 8 land. They are the marauding godlings. Okay, that makes sense now. I'm gonna look at their information. The Soctic is made up of 301 troops and is led by the king, known as creatures who are somewhat godlike. They are the descendants of demigods. Its people are marauders who raid across the lands for riches and valuables. They believe in hate and suffering and are considered by many to be a force of evil in the world. They are the pinnacle of civilization and are a highly intelligent race. Their famed words are, "They follow how you charged." Huh. They use brass boons as their currency. They do not believe in non-essential combat and thus have no arena. They do not allow slavery within their lands. They have a centralist government and keep most of their armies in their capital. Leader information, yeah. Their leader is very skilled, 573 skill. Oh my goodness. It says he's friendly, but I don't know if I believe that. Not powerful enough to attempt vassalization. Let's see if we can make a truce with them, maybe? Let's think. Alliance? No. Actually, maybe. The Asoctic are pleased and agree to the alliance. K. Malar sends a small token of goodwill to seal the deal. Plus 20 relation, we're now allied. Okay. I should probably take advantage of this, huh? Actually, let's see who their enemies are. That way we can help them annihilate them, and they'll have more of an incentive to help us. So let's see. So let's see. They don't like the bandits or the Goblin Kingdom, but they're pretty good with everyone else. Interesting. Where are their closest friends? That horde has 1,000 men. What about the local bandits? Okay, active bandit gains 0. There are no bandits other than the bandit horde? Weird. Okay. The current bandit situation is basically non-existent. A rare sight to see a bandit or brigand in the realm. They must be out of our land then. We're gonna go to the western lands this time. Denland is one of the most peaceful places in all the realms. Little more than farmland and workers, and hardly any room for trouble at all. The land is fertile and the folk are mostly happy. We found Montfort Mine, Harlaw Mining Company. You come upon Montfort Mine, a large mine complex marked with spears prodding out of the ground. The place is filled with miners chipping away and piling ore into small baskets. You are informed that this mine is controlled by the Harlaw Mining Company, which is a company run by peasant miners. We could attack them. They have 350 men. We could offer to buy the mine, but I don't have that kind of money. Demand a tribute. Speak to the master or speak to a random miner. Let me speak to people before I decide what I want to do. I'll speak to the master. The master of the mine approaches and bows. Ask about the mine. Montfort's been ours for quite some time. Good mine, lots of ore inside. Wouldn't swap it for any other mine around here, that's for sure. What about your company? We farmed out some small independent mining groups and then hired lots of locals. It's a good operation and we all get paid well. The West, what do you think about them? The West is our home, but I won't ignorantly claim it's the best place, as I haven't been north, east, or south. I will say, however, that the West, or at least where I have been, is a very, very nice region. What about the ore inside that mine there. The mine contains a total of, whoa, 10,000 ore? Whew. It sounds very valuable, I will admit. Let's speak to a random miner. Nothing better to keep you going in those depths than finding a thick chunk of ore. Boy, I wish I had that feeling. How could I possibly get it? I do not have money. Only extremely powerful friends. Ooh, oh, I'm gonna do it. I wanted to ride on my friend's coattails. My dude, we need to discuss troop assignments. Send all my troops. I always want to watch the battle. Whew, a setting sun adorns the battlefield. Do you wish to launch the attack, or wait a while in hope of more favorable weather? Let's go right now because there's no chance of retreat if you don't do it immediately. No weather events during battle due to calm weather. Beneath the setting sun, your army marches out to meet its arrival. After a short pause, your army advances. Slowly first, but then it quickly charges out to the enemy. You manage to take Harlaw's left flank, trapping them momentarily and doing damage before the flank is defended. We got 64 of their mining company people, lost a few peasants and soldiers, but overall we have more right now. I'm gonna have to get rid of the sound effects because they're really loud and really long. Anyway, Harlaw feigns a slight retreat, only to then move out and get your forces caught in a pincher movement, causing great damage. We lost 42 peasants and 16 soldiers. They only lost 12 people, but we still have the numbers. One of our knights died. They're like the elite units. And only 8 of the mining company workers. These miners fight hard. They managed to take our flank and doing more damage before they pull back. We're barely putting a dent into their numbers. You fight forward and get a good advantage, managing to overrun them. They only have 22 men remain and we took out 78 there. You launch a sudden hard and fast attack on Harlaw lines, shocking them and pushing them back. Finally, we took out all their men. We lost quite a lot. I'm gonna have to look at the losses report. We lost 350 troops. Those guys put up such a fight. I think they had 350 troops, something like that. So they took out probably 1 for 1 on each of them. You lost a total of 344. Oh, wait, yeah! They lost 350. We lost 344. Almost every man got at least 1 kill in there. 388 of the 732 troops you sent survived. Wow. The miners are all dead, and with them, the legacy of the Harlaw Mining Company. The mine is now yours, and the ore within it is yours to plunder. Turn peasants into miners, max 500, currently 0. I think I'm gonna put, for now, I'm gonna say 75 peasants, because we need most of them for our fights. Prospect for other caverns within the mines. Yeah, we're gonna leave that alone for now. And we do still have, that was our first exploration point here? Oh my goodness, we have so much to do. You spot a local carrying a small bundle of gold. He grins and says, keep going until you pass the watchtower. Look for the gift tree. I already did a bunch of fighting, so I don't really want to get in any more fights. Let's just ignore him for now. Magic Theater. Ooh. You approach the Magic Theater, a strange place run by an eccentric mage. There are numerous performances you can watch for varying fees. Cost money. We could watch the Magic Fish, the Arrowhead, or the Decaying Demon performance. They're really just cute little spectacles with the graphics. Let's just get the cheapest one, the Magic Fish. The mage takes your gold and says, behold, no refunds, and then flicks his withered blue hand. My ears. The visage of a fish flies across the room and fades out. It was magical, but still, you feel underwhelmed. Yep. It's about all that's out there. It's a funny little guy doing funny little tricks. You know what? I realized we took out those bandits all in a row. We actually didn't even call for help from our buddies. Oh, well, we've got a lot to do in this game. I'm gonna take it slow this year, I think, because I sped up the first year so much. But I am glad we're in a good place. We've got some good friends. Don't really know how much we're going to be able to use them yet, but I'm hoping a lot. They seem quite, especially just the ruler alone having that much strength. Their soldiers must be something, right? I really would have to check. But if I do check, that's going to have to be in the next episode. If I do this again, it depends whether or not, one, I feel like it, or two, if you guys even like it. Sometimes even if you don't, I'll do it anyway, but that depends. I also just wanted to give some attention to this nice little game because it looks very simple, but it's also very fun. And I feel like it needs a bit more attention. It's not really well known out there. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time, regardless of what we are playing. Bye for now.